Hello all, this is Scott Grove, Dr. Groovy of GroovyMusicLessons.com. Got just a little something to tell my buddy Scotty over at Scotty's Music out there in Kauai, Hawaii, who sold me a uke a couple weeks back. Scotty doesn't know this. Anyway, before I actually went to Scotty's Music or any music store or even to Kauai on my last vacation, of course I did what any musician would do and hunted up reviews on all the music stores on the entire island. So in doing so, I read different things about different things, and I got to Scotty's, and because of the reviews that I saw written there, I thought, well, either this guy is getting a major dose of his own medicine with some of these reviews that were just horrible, or he's getting cornholed like I do a lot, meaning a bunch of bad reviews from unscrupulous people somewhere else. It ended up being the latter. I went in there totally expecting for Scotty. He's I guess he actually said he was probably like 10 years older than me, maybe 15 years older than I am. And he looked way better than I did, let me tell you. You'll notice Scotty, he's got his head shaved bald and stuff, and there was a real nice lady there working. Her name was Lynn, just fabulous. Scotty was wonderful. A lot of the bad comments were all the same, so I figured they were coming from basically the same source, saying that you would walk into Scotty's place and he would just say, well, how much money you got to spend on an instrument? And you're supposed to, then you tell him, well, I have $400, and supposedly he comes right up to you, well, here's what we got for $399.99, and there's no prices marked on anything, and you buy that, or out the door, he makes you go. No, it ain't that way. I'll tell you my experience in 2 seconds. Another story, people that will go down to a different music store, buy a uke for like $700, bring it in, 6 months later or something to Scotty's and want to trade it in on something, and he'll offer them, like $200 in trade towards something, and they're all offended. It's like, man, the guy just tells things straight up the way it is. He's not in your face about anything. He just tells you the truth. Some people can't handle the truth. But he doesn't do it in a mean way. It's just, if you want to know the truth about something, go to a guy like Scotty instead of the people who are bashing him over there. And the people that are doing it is from an unscrupulous music store there in town. I won't go into any further detail on that because there's no need for me to. But as a shopper, I went in there knowing what all of these reviews were, and I tried to get Scotty to pull some of these maneuvers on me. No, nothing happened other than he was amazing. And I went in, and I have basically unlimited funds for what I want to purchase. And I went in, I said, I'm just looking for an 8-string uke, electric if I can, cutaway if you got it. And he just started bringing uke after uke as I was playing them, and I wasn't checking out headstocks or prices or anything. And I got the one that I hated the most, ended up being a $1,500 uke made right there on the islands. And then the one I finally ended up loving the most, I said, I'll take this one. And he said, here's a couple other just to make sure. And I went back and said, I'll do kind of like the closed-eyed thing, and I did that for a while, and I finally said, man, that one is just it. And he said, that's it. Over everything else. He goes, well, cool, let's go ring you up. And what did it end up being? It ended up being this, over top of, yes, your little double K branded instruments over there. It just played, sounded the best in the whole joint. And luckily enough for me, I got to go home with an extra $1,500 in my pocket that I planned on spending on a uke. And Scotty didn't pressure me to go into something else. I just said, this is what I like. And he said, cool, let's wrap it up. And he's like, I'm going to toss in, heck with it, let's get you into a case. And I said, let's get me into a hard shell case. I want something nice. And There was no forcing of anything. So anything you guys have read or whatsoever, and if it's keeping you as a customer out of there, no, just know that it's a smear campaign from another local music store, and that's it. There's it was easily the grooviest store I went to, and just great folks, and had a lot of different things there, you know, not just ukes, you know, everything was in there. But I went in there knowing what I had read, and he had told me that he has been getting some bad reviews. And I'm like, you know, playing it off dumb, and really, what about, you know, and full well knowing, so sorry Scotty, I came in kind of like a mystery shopper. My wife, she works at the post office, and they send mystery shoppers in there to make sure that the postal employees ask every single question they're supposed to ask. All the ones that drive you nuts, you know, it's just like they have to do that, and you get tired of them. Well, you know, Scotty, he passed this thing with like huge flying colors. I tried to get him to recreate these things that people were writing about, and none of it happened. So if you read any bad reviews on Scotty's Music in Kauai, Hawaii, located, let me put this puppy down. I'll give you, right here's my receipt for my uke. It says Scotty's Music at the top. There you go, phone, everything. So Scotty's Music, and his name's Scotty. Can't, how bad can he be? Same as me. Anyway, without showing you all my credit card info and everything, amazing. And I ended up with this little Luna 8-string thing. Like I said, I wanted something from the Island Builders, but and like I said, Scotty's was like the last store I went to out of all of them. And then I found the one that was for me, and it was at the place that I was picking a fight without anybody knowing it, and because I love, you know, getting in little matches with people. It's fun for me. But there was no picking a fight with Scotty. He wasn't going to have it, I wasn't going to have it. It was just a pleasant experience, and I don't know, I think both of us were surprised with each other. You know, I was in there trying to act a fool, you know, and he wouldn't budge. He was a professional all the way. So anyway, mahalo, my friend. That was, I just totally enjoyed you and Lynn both talking to y'all the whole time. They let me have all the talking time I wanted, which was most of the day. Visit Scotty's Music, and Scotty, Lynn, both of you, thank you so very much for making everything just a true joy for my wife and I while we were there. Okay? Talk to you soon, I hope. Take care.